Good evening, everyone. I'm not going to bore you, but permit me to stand on already established protocol, if you have any. I bring greetings to us from our DVC, Professor Sola Motola, who is unavoidably absent, and I'm here to just represent him on a particular topic, which is concerning the role of young emerging change makers in academic space towards nation building. Please, as I've said, I'm going to be very brief. Although the moderator gave me 15 minutes, I'm going to spend less than 10 minutes. But you can be rest assured that next 7 to 10 minutes will be out from this place. Now, the topic again is the role of young emerging changers in academics, in academic space, towards nation building. Now, this is an academic environment, and I want us to also understand there are keywords in these topics. And I'm going to take the keywords one after the other. Then, if you have questions, I will entertain that. Now, the first keyword, because as a keynote speaker, I'm here just to underline or underscore some of the concepts and, of course, to summarize the major concept. In that topic, we have two major keywords. The first one is a change maker or change makers. The second one, in academic space, the second one is nation building. Now, if I'm permitted, I will define change maker as someone who is taking creative action, to solve a social problem with empathy for others and driven by the genuine goal of making things or place better. What am I saying in essence? Change makers are those, that do more for the whole, that ensure the good of the whole, irrespective of where they find themselves. When talking about change makers, we have been listening to various speakers, and in one way or the other, they have come up to tell us what they have been able to achieve, how they have been able to achieve it, just for us to learn. And they are impacting knowledge on us. Unfortunately, this is something that is somehow very critical in our generation, in the contemporary generations. Students or people are not ready for knowledge purpose. They are not ready to gain knowledge. Actually, they are looking for what? Fast way or a way to cut corners. We are not ready to actually look at how others made it. Okay, can I follow the footsteps? Definitely, you will have a lot of people who have made it, who have made it in their own chosen career, but they have a lot of ups and downs at the long run. So when you study those people, definitely you'll be able to make yourself, in a right position or prepare yourself in the right position. So when you're talking about change makers, they are the people who volunteered. People like our sister here and everyone who have come up, in one way or the other to just share their personal experiences and even academic pursuit. So as students or as youth, we need to understand that we are established or we are created in the first instance, to impart. But many people are not ready to listen to that impartation, so to say. Rather, they are looking for a way just to make it at all cost. Now, the second key word there is nation building. Now, nation building is a way of integrating people of different or diverse culture, ethnic or even language. We have over 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria, and we are still one Nigeria, no matter how fast we are trying to succeed. But when we're about that one Nigeria, that thing that is keeping us together is the ability to make sure that the country still remain as one. And what is that in loyalty? Now, that's it. That is loyalty. So when you are loyal to your community or environment you find yourself, definitely you are also out there to build that community. So when you now link the two together, the change makers in the academic space and also national building, we are actually looking at a way or ways through which you can actually make impressive change or impact in the society, no matter how bad or several decades in the academic sector today. We still have some academics. By academics, I mean lecturers, or teachers, as the case may be, that are actually out there to look for the betterment, the best in their students, irrespective of what happened. And I'm going to just summarize this note by using my personal self as an example. Of course, I know Professor Motola very well. I can use him, but he's not here. So, when you are asking questions, since he's not here, he may not be able to answer that question. But let me use myself as an example. When I was in 300 level, I discovered that teaching is my best way of making it in life. 300 level. Now, if I may ask, how many of us actually identify that today? In fact, I'm privileged to be head of the Department of Political Science. Most of the time, I invite my students to actually ask them, after 4 years, what next? Some of them will say, I don't even know. Maybe as we go into business or, they don't actually understand, the nitty-gritty of being in institutions. I do tell people, most especially my students, that academic environment or university is for two things. One, for what? Learning, and also character. So the character and learning must come. So if during convocation they will say, I present to you, the chancellor now, people or students who are, so to say, graduate, who are worthy in character and learning. So learning comes second. It is the character that comes first. Now, when you're talking about the character now, how can you discover yourself when you don't even know the kind of character you have? So I discovered that I cannot function effectively in any area apart from academics. So I chose that no matter what, even if it's going to be teaching, I will teach. Even if it is primary school or secondary school, I will definitely teach, because I believe in imparting knowledge. And when that time came, of course, after my foreign level, I went for service. I had to save personally, because I knew quite well that, my family or my parents may not be able to afford my school fees, my master's school fees. I had to save during my NYC stuff just to sponsor myself for my master's. Why am I saying this? It is the passion, because everyone, all the speakers, have been talking about passion. Something must actually drive us to doing what we have in mind to do. So when you don't have that driving force, another thing, that is the major problem that you are facing. Perhaps maybe during the interactive section, then I will be able to say more of it. But I think for giving us the keynote, I've been able to demystify or try to conceptualize the two major concepts that we have in this particular topic, which is what? Change makers in academic space, and secondly, nation building. You'll be able to define what change maker is: someone who is willing at all times to do good for others. Now, why nation building is the ability to unify, every divergent views in a particular society in order to what? To make way and to achieve singular goal. Not that maybe somebody is going towards this direction and that person is going towards that direction. And of course, Nigeria is a case study. And I've said we have over 250 ethnic groups, and yet we are still clamoring for one Nigeria. I pray that one day you will also be in that shoe. We're talking about leadership. Every one of us, we are all leaders. And irrespective of where you come from, leader is a product of a follower. Maybe when we get to that interactive section, then I'll be able to expatiate more. Thank you very much.